Saya kemarin diajak oleh teman-teman Komisi 5 kunjungan ke NTT. Tidak ada yang istimewa, Bu, di sana. Paling yang istimewa itu komodonya aja, Bu. Ngelihat pantai, lihat apa di tempat saya di Jambi itu banyak, Bu, pantai begitu. Tapi anggarannya bukan main, besar sekali.
Okay, maybe I will begin with personal questions. What's your name and where do you live right now?
Okay, my name is Hege Louise On, and I live in Denmark, but I was born and raised in Norway.
Okay. How many times do you visit Indonesia, including Flores?
I have visited Indonesia and Flores 2 times. In 2009 was the first, and then again in 2013. And I spent quite a lot of time there both times.
Okay. I remember last time you did research on tourism in Flores for your bachelor and also for your master degree. Can you tell me, and also can you tell Florence and NTT people a little bit about your research that you have done in the past?
I would love to. The first time in 2009, we wanted to look at the tourism in Flores, whether or not they are utilizing the potential. Is it possible to make good tourism here? What are the people of Flores doing to facilitate tourism? And we also wanted to look at culture. Is it a problem? If there is a lot of tourism coming, will that be a problem for the culture and for Flores? In particular, we wanted to take care of the environment. We wanted to look at the different ways tourism will function with the environment and the culture. And then in 2013, I had a more economic focus. I wanted to look at how is tourism doing now. In 2013, it was 4 years later than my first visit, so I wanted to see what kind of development has there been, and where does the money go? An island like Flores can have many good opportunities to utilize and benefit from the financial aspects in tourism. People come and then spend money on hotels and accommodation, but they will also spend money on food and drinks and some experiences, activities. So that was my research in 2013. I wanted to look at what does tourism, what kind of activities are there, and where does the money go?
Okay, it sounds very, very nice. And what are the main findings you got in your research?
The main findings the first time in 2009 was once Flores has a lot of potential. There are some things in Flores that people from Europe, where I come from, would love to see. So there is a great potential for tourism. And I can mention a few. One thing obviously is the Komodo Island and the Komodo Dragon, which is an attraction. There is also the volcanic lakes, a very interesting phenomenon which we don't have much here in Europe. And then there is the natural scenery. You can go hiking, and there is some beautiful nature, and there is the marine life. We had some wonderful experiences with the marine life. So these things, also the local culture, the villages, and these things are a great potential for tourism activity. This is my husband and my son. My son was very interested to see what mommy is doing in the office.
Yeah.
So our findings from my first trip to Indonesia and Flores was that there are great potential for tourism activities that people from Europe would like to come and see. And there may be some issues with preserving the environment and culture but if we are aware of it, it will not be a problem. And then my findings in 2013 was this great potential I found in 2009. There had been some development, so there was more tourism in 2013, which was great. What I noticed in particular was the potential is not at all being utilized. And also when I was talking to people, they said, yes, we could earn more money if maybe we had more stability with food delivery. Because when the tourists come, the restaurant said they would like to have what's on the menu. But if the weather has been poor and we could not get the goods delivered by boats, we could not serve everything on our menu. So there were some problems when I was looking at where does the money go. There were some problems the different businesses experienced, which made their earnings not as great as they could be. So we found some, for instance, eggs. If you want eggs, I think you import eggs from Lombok.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an egg farm on Flores. So that was
Surabaya, I guess.
Surabaya, yes. And that was just one example. If the weather is poor and the boat does not come, we don't have any eggs.
Yeah.
So if you have an egg farm on Flores, that would not be a problem. So they mentioned certain like relatively small things, like 1 or 2 things that each restaurant or hotel could use. But of course, in the greater pictures, you can't just make an egg farm. Of course, you need facilities, and there are things that are needed to make this happen. Also, I think my findings from 2013 showed that there could be a better collaboration between the local authorities and the different tourism businesses, hotels and restaurants, and in particular also the different tourist activities, like the ones working with scuba diving or other tour guide activities. They really wanted a collaboration with the local authorities in terms of preserving the environment, making everything organized in such a way that when tourists come and visit the place, it's also the ecological footprint, which is a popular term these days here, that we also want to make sure the environment is taken care of.